What do you think makes iGaming unique as an industry as opposed to some other industries like, retail, financial, healthcare, stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. So I think obviously, the gaming industry is an industry in which essentially there's quite a few characteristics that I think make it into something we like to call CRM marketing heaven, right? So there's a few things, right? The first thing is essentially the product itself. In many aspects, you can claim that it's commoditized. So if you need to bet on the Chiefs versus the 49ers on the Super Bowl, you can probably achieve that in FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, Caesars, you name it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The essence of the product is roughly commoditized. Of course, each one of them would claim that they have a very nice product and the way you do parlays and this one is much better than that one. That may be true, but the essence of the product is very much commoditized. And if you look at if you want to, in fashion as an example, if you want to get something for a specific brand, right? Let's be extreme for a second. If you want to get a Gucci bag, you're only going to get it from Gucci, right?
Right.
So what that creates, it creates this idea of if I'm a gaming brand, part of my ability to actually differentiate and separate myself from others is by using smart, sophisticated, personalized marketing. So that's I think one of the aspects that make the industry interesting. The second one is the velocity, right? The velocity of interaction. Consumers, players interact, especially kind of like during NFL season. Obviously, during the entire NBA season, playoffs in March, you got March Madness. I'm just talking about the US. Obviously, this is a global phenomenon. Every country with their own sporting events, and of course, if you expand that across to even different types of casino games or poker or things like that. So it's a very high frequency, high velocity type of an industry. So there's a lot of things to say and to talk to the players about, right? You can there's always something to say, right? Players bet on this game or that game. The games come with content, right? So you can, in your marketing, you can use, whether it's gossip about, especially sports betting, right? You can use a ton of content. In poker, you can teach players how to play. So there's so many things to say, so many different types of what we like to call conversation starters that would ultimately become a very creative campaign or a very creative journey. So that's the second part. And the third part is, this idea of bonusing and promotions in gaming. You can do a lot with bonusing and promotions, more so than you can do in retail as an example, where it's an actual physical product. So in gaming, in many cases, when you give players more bonuses, so you can see, I think on the Super Bowl, right, you need to deposit $5 and you get 200 matchup, something ludicrous like that. So that's too much, right? They call it in the gaming industry, they call it generosity. That's too much generosity. And obviously it's because the market is like it's still in land grabbing type of a phase in the US. So people offer crazy money. But even without that, if you offer a bit less, probably a big portion of that money is going to come back to the operator, so they can play with the bonuses and generosity concepts much more than in other industries. Ultimately, those three things together create a very potent, a very lively, and a very, very sophisticated CRM marketing landscape, which we,